Betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction. Where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace, a brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of the gladiators and the untold thousands that aspired to be like them. Of this, an age of glory where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king. Good evening, and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign, episode 6. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by Adam and Mark. How's it going?
Greetings.
Hey.
I speak for both me and Mark's chair.
Yep.
Or Mark's chair and I, if I were my third grade grammar teacher.
Sure. It could be a mimic. It could be a mimic.
It's got the DJ headset on.
It does. The chair is like... We're just making mimic jokes, Mark. How's it going?
He turned off the do-do-do-do-do.
Oh,
We have no light.
There must be light. There's the light. Yeah, Mark's doing well. Always a 1. All right.
Mark's big ball in his house robe.
How was your weeks, boys? Drakester, how's it going?
What was that?
Lucas, how it goes? I was just saying hello to people on stream.
Oh, yes. Yeah, everyone is here. Most are here.
All the peoples. They're like dozens of them.
It's all of them.
I know.
That might as well
awesome.
be everyone. That's everyone in the known universe.
Exactly. Now,
Everyone that
let us pretend to be in a different universe. So, Mark, were you teaching karate class tonight, or
No,
you were
no,
at a
I was-
karate class tonight? Okay.
I was at karate class.
I thought you were black belts. Like, don't black belts teach?
No, they go to older,
They
crankier
do,
black
but
belts.
they also learn from higher ranking black belts.
Oh, okay. Like how to describe it, crankier black belts.
Older, crankier black belts. I believe they call them dans for
Sure.
a lot of the things. How many dans, you know?
How many dans are there, or how many pips, or whatever? They probably don't call them pips, but Mark, we're asking you to enlighten us. How many pips in karate? How many dans?
How many pips?
how many-
Well, there's 10 pips to get to black belt,
Okay.
and then there's 10 degrees of black belt.
And which degree are you, if you don't mind sharing?
I got my third in the summer.
Cool.
Do you have to do a flip, or is it just kicks and punches and katas?
Just kicks and punches. Truth be told, the last few ranks of like 6 to 10 are mostly how well you spread the knowledge of karate, and not so
teaching.
much your ability.
Well, it's because
by
at
the time
that
you're
point,
ninth
you're-
degree,
you're-
you're a little gnarled up from the arthritis.
Your oldness and crankiness is now your
Yes.
virtue. So you have to demonstrate how old and cranky you are.
you have to show you can teach a class without speaking. Just look at people and go. And walk away looking disappointed.
All right, so last game, we concentrated on, we called this game Sunk Costs, I believe, or did we give it a different name? I don't remember what name we gave it. I think I called it Sunk
I gave it
Costs.
to, oh my god, it was awesome. That was
Yeah.
the name of the game.
Yeah, the game was focusing on the masters who had tried to after figuring out what the nature of the grand celebration for the prince's birthday would be in the Imperial Circus, decided to concoct a plan whereby they would strap they would have Phineas's crow or Phineas's raven familiar carry a
Keg of
keg
gunpowder.
of gunpowder into the underdeck of the ship that had the dragon flamethrower, basically the alchemist flamethrower.
Oh yeah.
Light it and then fly away. Well, Magnus during this period of time was convinced by his own ludus that he would then lead them in this fight. So Magnus got roped into being part of the fight, where your owners had basically gambled the entire stable on some long shot bet to try to dig the owner out of his insane gambling debts. This is like
the Nix incident was the name.
Yeah. The Nix incident. Yes. Okay, yeah.
Bingo.
So what ended up happening was, yes, you blew up the ship. You also blew up the ship while Magnus somehow had raided to one other ship before getting to the ship. So his men were currently on the ship when it blew up. We rolled 2 saving throws for your familiar or your character's familiar, Mark. It made both. So the crow survived this.
It improved evaded both all of it. It was obviously a great idea.
And then basically Magnus went on with impressive rolls in our very, very quick combat system to jump onto the other ship. There was something where a couple of a paladin and a monk were surviving from another ship. They were part of the Unbroken or the Unbonded.
Yeah, bound or yeah.
Yeah, and they were protecting a boy that was the whipping boy of the prince, who got somehow thrown into the gladiatorial arena. They said to Magnus they're protecting him because he knows a lot. Like, he's been near the prince. And there was this scene where where we basically did this who's who and what's what, like of the imperial city of Vinvosa, because everyone was there. Mm-hmm. So Magnus agreed to keep that secret. He had everyone basically submit to him at the end of the fight. So there were sharks. So summoners were flying around summoning sharks. So if you fell off the boat, you were getting eaten by sharks. At the end, however, it was so gruesome and there was so much death that there was this spontaneous song that came up. A song that harkens back not to the five-faced god, but to the old gods about sending souls to the afterlife. And even the Imperials were singing this song. Like, it was this kind of like chanting song that sort of sent off all the gladiators and their spirits that died in this fight. So there's an undercurrent or sentiment that is not imperious or not of the Imperium. Imperial Shark Week. That basically, that I'm trying to hint at a little bit. So if you were to watch any of the episodes, that's the episode that I would go so far in this campaign. That one.
The politics. Yeah.
Yes. So Mark, you have something to do. Because I'm assuming by the look on your face, you didn't do it yet.
I've been busy.
Yeah, okay, all right. Watch episode 5. Right. So episode 6, we're going to go back to the lens of the poor slaves that are being slowly turned into gladiators while they're going up the road of sorrow. I did do like an hour of prep for this yesterday. And the hour of prep consists of me finding a fantasy generator that generates a fantasy map, and then putting a bunch of dots on the map, and then, putting a couple tokens on the map. Like a world map. So we now have a world map for Tarak with 2 continents of Stygia and of Empirica, or Avacia and Argosia, I think are the two names. So one is the Imperial Avacia, and the other one is Stygian Argosia, which means Stygian in that it's been hard for them to conquer for some reason, so they basically disparage it in the names of their maps. It's a place where several legions of their troops have gone and died. Or maybe Cthulhu Squid lives there. Who knows? Yeah, and then Big Boss Nemesis, yes, we met you on episode 5. Thanks, Big Boss. Big Boss told us all about how his character in his campaign turned into a pit fiend and how he doesn't have a campaign anymore.
He murdered a bunch of PCs.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like how Marty might have ended a few of his campaigns in the past. Okay, now all of you fight, and I'm done with you.
Leave the leftover pizza.
All right, so last time when we had the lens on the would-be gladiator slaves traveling the Road of Sorrow, which is basically a physical set of roads that lead from the continent towards, or from the continent that's under war, Stygia, all the way to the imperial capital, which is on the far side of the continent. So you're basically traveling a continent right now. You're seeing the world from the inside of a shitty wagon. And for each of the gladiatorial pits that are set up along these roads as way stops. You stopped off in this place called the Four Pillars of the Old Gods outside of a mining town called Quatra that was ruled by a conjurer. The conjurers are big things in the Imperium. You saw some of the conjurers in episode 5 where they were flying above the battlefield, summoning sharks and making basically the gladiators' lives miserable.
Those conjurers are kind of poopy. But this kid over here is awesome. Go, kid! Summon something awesome! Get him!
Yeah, so you see that a conjurer rules over this town, and he's trying to teach his kid, Undwin the understudy, how to basically conjure baddies for the ring. So, the summary of last game, where we focused on these characters, was the 5 slaves traveling the Road of Sorrow spot 2 hanged men. They speak about the nature of freedom and slavery with their wagon driver, Old Whitey. Their caravan makes its way to the mining town of Quatra, named after a nearby holy site called the Pillars of the Old Gods. Amongst the ancient pillars, their metal is tested by a Master Conjuror with 2 possible outcomes, death or receiving the gladiator's brand. Ugg receives a vision while he is amidst the pillars, simultaneously suffering from a seizure. And he has been dragged off, who is basically the stream's character. He's been dragged off to the wagon as he is unconscious after his fight, not from the wounds, but from something that happened when he touched one of the pillars themselves. Now, Group 2, remember that the gods, or the dice, were decided which allotment of characters would be in the two groups of 3. 3 is a common number for a number of gladiators thrown into the pit. They didn't like Snowbeard, so they tied 2 rocks to his axe, although he's been given enough time, I guess, to untie the rocks from the axe if he wants.
I think they threw his axe in.
Yeah, they threw the axe in, and I think Snowbeard marched up to it and
he
is currently trying to take off all of this. So, Marty, how dead is this party? I don't know, Lucas, because I haven't rolled the D3 to see how many creatures for this certain level of summons show up. It really depends on the gods.
We might be able to take 1.
Right. So let's recap who these people.
This is not a powerful group here.
No.
So Eduard is a magus, generic warrior gestalt, 2nd level. Arlen is a 1st level with really bad ability scores, 1st level cleric, and then Snowbeard, probably also in the camp of really bad ability scores, just a generic warrior. Not the NPC class warrior, basically I took from the 3.5 book, Unearthed Arcana. They have
martial list or something. Yeah,
there is a general warrior. It's basically fighter without the fighter powers, but you still get the fighter feats.
It's 3.5 fighter. Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
Did they get armor or no?
Yep. While you guys were fighting, they were able to dress in leather armor. Eduard was given a scimitar. Arlen has a long sword. And Snowbeard was given a dwarven war axe, but they've tied some heavy stones to the end of it.
Mark?
Yeah?
Which character do you want to play in this combat?
I got to play Snowbeard, because Snowbeard is
Alright, I'll
ironically
play
the Malthus.
Eduard, because I don't want to be responsible for Arlen's death.
All right, so maybe
he's gonna die.
All right, so I think I need to open up the combat sheet. The crowd consists of a small crowd of collective soldiers, some of which don't like you. In particular, the Stygian soldiers that have been recruited, these mercenaries that have been recruited by your master Zamocles Branderson, i.e. the Dragonborn with the lips. Whereas there are some other Imperial soldiers that actually have muskets and gunpowder. You haven't treated them very poorly, probably in a wise strategic way. Now, Undwin the understudy, the story goes was Snowbeard was lied to the conjurer about knowing about the mystical secrets of some, like, a mythical dwarven realm.
Magic ice.
Dwarven realm up in the northern reaches that's cut from glaciers, as well as he knew the process of creating magical ice. Both of these were not true. Snowbeard has lived in the post-conquest of Avacia, and was probably born during the conquest, like kind of like halfway through. So you probably are not even from your homeland, like the ancestral homeland, that is. So yeah, you're just sort of a grizzled member of your race, just trying to get by in this cruel world. Well, you accidentally blew up the alchemy lab, knowing nothing about alchemy and trying to create the ice. And you blamed it on Undwin the understudy. Now, he got touched a little bit in the last fight. Ugg, recall, Ugg had wandered up to him and grabbed some sort of summoning device out of his hands. And they didn't seem to like that too much. So Ugg might still be in trouble because of that. Undwin, of course, is looking incredibly nervous. His birds did not perform very well in the last combat. We do have some villain points and hero points as a reminder. Foxfire has got 1 villain point, Big Boss has got a hero point, Trakester's got a villain point, and Frozen Gnome's got a hero point. Lucas is chanting ugh ugh. We will see. All right. So the miners have been drinking ale and wine. As they've been waiting for this next particular battle that will make gladiators of you. You don't know exactly what that entails, but the others have been allowed to basically take a seat to rest after their fight. Thilana is slightly injured. It looks like Samuel is just fine. Were there any potions distributed? I know that you got 5 potions and Snowbeard wasn't given one. What ended up with those potions? There was a brief moment where you could have passed things
one got
along.
Drunk.
Yep.
Ugg did drink one.
Yep.
Ugg drank Thilana's. So there should be 1 on Ugg, and there would have been 1 on...
You're my boy, Blue! Great reference.
Snowbeard is loved by none.
The stream likes him.
I guess Sam would give Arlen back his potion?
Okay. Mark that on his sheet.
Okay, because he gave it to me. I'll give it back to him.
Arlen's pretty weak sauce.
Oh
boy.
One by Cure Light Wounds potion.
Alright, I'm going to open up the initiative sheet, and I'm going to add you guys to initiative because we know there's a fight going to happen.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to...
There was a dog fight.
Not cool. Firefight? Sure. Yeah, no, it's... Lucas, yes, we do not have the hit points to withstand the attacks from the summons. Another problem is we don't have the damage to deal with the summons. Another problem being we don't have the bab to hit the summon.
All right, so there are the Conjurer's initiatives, 17 and 15. I need an initiative for Eduard.
Eduard 17.
It just 17. Sec. My wife just says yes.
Some summons do have DR, but the ones that we were, if they're facing similar things to what we faced, then they shouldn't. Do you want me to roll one for Snowbeard at this point, I guess?
Yeah. Arlen and I guess Snowbeard, given that Mark's playing Kitchen Master.
Arlen gets a 15, and Snowbeard gets a 17. This is looking good for us.
Snowbeard isn't even on the initiative sheet. Could you take a look to see what his initiative modifier is?
It's going to be shit. In case you know, it's 0.
Well, it's better than Arlen's -1.
You know what? You're right. Take it back. It's awesome. Good job, Snowbeard.
All right. Does Thilana feel any sort of loyalty to these assholes? Let's see. Because does she have what class power as an alchemist did she take? I'm looking to see if she took infusion.
I don't think so. I don't even know if she gets class power yet.
Nope, they don't get it yet. So basically her potions are for herself. It's an expeditious retreat. You could run away really hard.
Expeditious retreat and reduce person are what she has.
Yep. I don't think anyone in this fight needs to be reduced. And Ugg is out of it. Okay, so Snowbeard picks up his axe and is shaking off the stones. You want to give me a CMB or an escape artist check or a craft weapons check for Snowbeard to see if you can get it off before combat begins.
Snowbeard knows how to climb and or swim, so it won't be a craft check. It'll be a CMB.
Okay. The DC's 10. They just did it to be annoying.
9.
Okay. Okay, so he's trying. He's moving back a little bit. Eduard has a round to prepare.
Eduard is going to cast a shield spell, I think.
Okay.
A shield spell. I think Maguses can cast in light armor.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And now we begin round 2 of this glorious battle before the pillars of the old gods. We shall see if they have the metal. We shall see if I will even take them for the rest of the trip. Or will they end up dead? Or perhaps deep in a mine.
You get some chuckles from the miners. Snowbeard will try to shake the thing off again. You basically have one more standard or move before the combat begins.
All right, he shakes it off. Shake it off.
Okay, yeah. He shakes off the rocks, and you can see a couple of guys booing at that.
Eduard is going to...
And then I guess Arlen could also have his round of prep. Arlen spells are... Oh god, it's an Omid sheet.
It's an Omid sheet, yes. Here. I think he's got a bless. Let's see. Arlen has... Expeditious Retreat. You might want to cast that. And...
He didn't prepare first level spells.
No, he's... Well, he's got his Expeditious Retreat ticked. He does have Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah, I'm just confused. I'm gonna add a column. I'm gonna write in the spells he prepared. He prepared Bless. He prepared Protection from Evil.
God damn it, Ahmed.
And then he'll prepare Expeditious Retreat.
God damn it, Ahmed.
We're picking on him. He's not even here. Okay, he will in the round beforehand cast Expeditious Retreat, and then in this round he will cast Bless on the party.
Decipher the code? But there's no anything. There's nothing to decipher. There's just nothing.
No, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's just not helpful. It didn't look like he prepared spells from last time. That's fine. So he casts Expeditious Retreat and blesses on the party. Expeditious Retreat. And the Master Conjuror just nods to you slightly and then begins to summon. This is the first round of combat. Initiatives have been rolled. Eduard gets to go.
Eduard is going to cast a Shocking Grasp and hold it in his offhand.
She's got the scimitar in one hand and the sparks that are radiating and circling between his fingers and his offhand. Master Conjuror Gezadax begins to summon. Undwin is holding. He looks really nervous.
Don't worry, kid. You got this. Also, get him, guys.
The summoner basically hands that device back to him, and he takes it. It's full of dirt. Snowbeard, what are you doing? You've shaken off the rocks, Snowbeard.
Okay.
You can see these two guys just rattling off spells. This guy, you don't have spellcraft, right? There was this shimmer.
No.
There was this shimmering, and now his hand is sparking. and then this guy did something that made a bunch of dust come up by his feet. And then he cast a spell that sent out this umbrella of light around all of you. You have a bless.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
But it's stuff you don't understand. They're just standing there casting spells.
Crazy stuff. All right, he's going to. He's gonna move, I guess.
Okay. Those two things, those two dots on the ground were daggers dropped by the other party.
Okay, he'll move up to like one of the daggers, and he's gonna ready an action.
Okay.
Is there...
Ready to hit something, or?
No, he's got one of the rocks in his hand,
Okay.
and he's waiting for the kid to start casting. He's not gonna try and hit the kid, but he's gonna try and scare the kid to make him fumble his spell.
That's funny. You're like,
WWE heel.
all right, Arlen. Arlen is going to.
I could put poison mist in my mouth. I would.
I think Arlen is going to cast protection from evil on himself.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'm
I
going to
don't know
roll
what the kid's evil.
spellcraft, and by I'm going to mean Sam's going to roll spellcraft.
Or should he cast it on the person that's doing damage?
Oh, Arlen.
Arlen comes over to you. Should I protect you, or should I protect me?
You should protect me, of course.
This is...
I think I want to maintain it as a surprise. He's got a readied action to cast. He glances towards the summoners, and he's got a readied action to cast protection from evil on Eduard.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll protect from the kids' summons, but boy, old crotchety man.
Which leads us to Eduard. Eduard, what are you doing? Don't wander too far from me, basically, is what Arlen says.
Eduard is going to ready to touch something with his glowy hand.
Okay. Master Conjuror Kezadax decides that he is not going to start out with really high-level spells. You get a spellcraft check to see what indeed he is starting the summons with.
Do I learn anything with a 19?
15 plus double spell level. Nope.
And do I learn anything with the 13?
No.
That's Sam. Sam's watching. Sam will shout out what spells are happening.
You learn that you're not that good at spellcraft.
I'm going to roll for Arlen. There's more! No, there isn't more, because Arlen didn't take a rank in spellcraft. Spells just happen.
Okay, there's a puff of darkish smoke as this horribly large insect appears. It's about the size of a pony. It has very large...
Oh, look at that!
It has very large mandibles. Giant ant soldier. No, I don't want worker. I want soldier ant.
Sam jostles Thilana, much to her chagrin. Hey, look at the big bug!
All right, so the thing appears, and Master Conjuror doesn't like Snowbeard very much, so he sends the ant directly at Snowbeard.
Oh, no, not me!
The ant comes scuttling in. It's not going to charge.
The Ant-Man.
AC 7. It's kind of darting in and out and trying to bite you and making a high-pitched whine. It's very red. Stupid-looking eyes. Okay, that was Master Conjuror. He on his turn, he just doesn't do anything. Like he finished summoning, and he's just going to he's going to let that sit. And I'll make a note as to when this thing goes away. Master Undwin. Undwin is just waiting. He sees Snowbeard, and he's like staring at Snowbeard, and he seems to not want to summon something right now. You've scared him into inaction.
Oh,
he realizes he's holding the shard upside down. You see him write it in the right hands, and he kind of shirks back. He looks up at his master. You notice his master's just standing there looking bored. Kind of makes a smacking motion with his mouth. People are cheering as they want the ant to eat the dwarf because people are bad.
Ant's got a higher charisma than
Snowbeard, your ready to action didn't come, so it's your turn again.
All right. Yeah, he's got to. He's gonna 5-foot step this way, and attack.
Do you drop the rock and you're two-handing, or are you one-handing the?
Yeah, he's gonna two-hand.
Okay.
He's scared of this thing.
With a dwarven war axe.
Oh wait, +2 because of power attack. Oh, AC 8.
Okay, you take this wild swing. Maybe it would have been better had the stones been on there, but you end up getting a bunch of sand, like just a shovel of sand towards the dirt. You can hear one person laughing. Ah, he's trying to dig a hole! Damn digger! Yeah, they do not like dwarves. There is a derogatory term that used for dwarves.
Dirty.
That's not very nice.
Right. Okay. Especially because he would be digging in ice because he's a snow dwarf. They got it all wrong.
Kava.
I built snow forts.
Right. That was Snowbeard. Now it's Arlen.
Protection from evil on Eduard. I don't know.
I think Arlen is going to maintain his ready.
Because he can move and touch as a ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's when you can 5-foot step and touch as a ready.
Okay, so he is going to position himself over here. And he'll ready.
Okay.
And then it's Eduard's turn, who has a ready, but nothing happened.
Eduard is going to walk up and
Poke
the wait a sec. Does he have all the magic-y, flamey, swordy stuff yet? No. Oh, yes, he does. He can give his weapon a +1 enhancement bonus.
Hey. That's a thing.
He's going to do that. So he's going to give his crappy scimitar a +1 enhancement bonus.
Okay, so it glows slightly.
So he's got the spell in one hand. He's holding onto the charge, and he's going to whack at the ant with his scimitar.
Okay, he's holding the charge for something else.
Yeah, this is something scarier. Unless this thing's really hard to hit. So 1d20 +4, +2 for flank, +1 for having a magic weapon, +1 for bless. Get him! Critical threat!
Look at that! He walks up. Ah! He slices in. He hits the thorax of the.
Bugs are critable?
Bugs are definitely
Yep.
critable. They've got lots of juice inside their carapace.
AC 11?
AC 11 does not hit, but you just hit like with a satisfying crunch at the back of the ant. There's a little bit of juice that comes out its butt.
He gets to add his dex, I believe, because
he does.
Reasons. So 1d20 +3 +1 for magic. Oh, this is going to take a while. Oh, 10 damage. Ooh.
Okay, you strike the ant. It does not have damage reduction. It crunches nicely, and it is not bloodied.
Yeah.
Crunch! Ah! You did get first strike, and you rolled max damage on your weapon. So those are 2 performance checks that you get to make for the crowd.
And I had a critical threat, but I didn't confirm the crit.
Right. So first strike. First strike, I think, is a swift action required. You already spent your swift, but I think the max damage you get to just roll. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Love me!
Run away! 19. Yeah, the crowd is friendly now. That's a +1 morale bonus. They think it's funny that you've got this crackling, like they know you did magic. They want to see what it does, and they cheer when you crunch the bug and make it poop some juice.
Love me, I am a human, not this, not that thing there.
Master Conjuror Gezidax just is looking at the fight. You notice that he's timing something. Like he cocks his head off to the side. He scritches his chin a little bit, and
Did you see Lucas's question?
Yep. Hey, Fox, like, you make the summons they fight.
just immediately, just
this is the opening. Before the reason why they jumped to the last difficulty in the last fight was because Ugg was big and Ugg touched the understudy, so he went straight to the summoning 1d3 bulls.
One of the things a hero point can be used for is to summon a spell of a level that you could cast, or to use a spell of a level that you could cast. So theoretically, one more mean summons could pop out.
Undwin is not summoning yet. He doesn't feel the need. He's afraid of the dwarf. That the dwarf's going to do something. The dwarf is his boogeyman, so something's going on there. Snowbeard, what are you doing? The ant is turning around to face Eduard.
You're muted, but I'm assuming
if it's turning around, now is the time he would strike it. Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
he's got his axe held up.
Flank and bless. Power attack. AC 22.
Hey, look at that. Snowbeard hit a thing.
Yes. 3.
Come on, Snowbeard.
Come on, Snowbeard. 13 max damage.
Oh God!
What the fuck?
Boom shakalaka.
All right, so you vanquished a foe and did max damage. The thing poofs, and you vanquished a foe. All right, so the thing turns into this ugly mess of guts right before it disappears into mist. And give me 2 combat performance checks.
Oh no.
I don't think you can go negative on this because they're both to increase.
It's almost like they should, given the DC. If you fail by 10 or more, maybe it goes down.
The problem is when you do that with the really big ones, when the DC gets super high, is if anybody who does anything, they hate you.
Yep.
Like that's the yeah. They just hate everyone. Everybody shows up and just hates everything.
It's got no ranks in perform. Base attack bonus of 1.
Yep.
And a -3 to his charisma, so -2.
You could potentially make it so that you have to roll higher than your negative charisma.
So this is a small battle with a medium crowd. So you are looking for DC 22,
which he cannot do. 4.
Okay. All right. Nobody likes the crusty dwarf.
Do naturals count? Nat 20s?
I believe so.
Roll the next one.
Not nat 20s. Confirming crits, you do.
No. I mean, on the performance
nat
check.
20s on the performance check. Yeah.
Yeah.
One will drag it down. 20 will put it up.
Because he gets 2 checks because of the max damage and the thing.
Correct.
So roll again. You can get a 20.
Oh, yeah. I just rolled a 20.
20? Yes!
Okay, well maybe they do like this because perhaps they sense that this is going to amp up in difficulty. They decide that they're going to be these are helpful, I believe. There are people laughing and cheering and whistling. And the bonuses are +2 morale bonus to all the things except for damage.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, so they're cheering. You notice that what could they do to help? Okay, they might help if things get bad. Arlen's turn. Is he doing anything? I think he's just going to move behind Eduard. Eduard, what are you doing?
He's going to ready to touch somebody with his spell if it approaches him.
All right, Master
approaches
Conjuror
Arlen.
Gezedax begins to summon, and you notice that Undwin is waiting. He's like looking at his master, trying to figure out what his master's doing. The master looks annoyed that everyone's cheering on you guys as opposed to his summons. Snowbeard, what are you doing?
He quickly drops his pants and slaps his ass towards Gezedax and Undwin. That pulls him up.
All right, so there's some crowd. The crowd is enjoying this display. They are crude folk. Undwin looks terrified and aghast at this crude behavior. Arlen is maintaining his surprise ready. He has a trick up his sleeve just in case somebody gets attacked. So it's either himself or Eduard that he'll cast this upon if he gets attacked by a summoned creature. All right, Eduard, you're maintaining your ready?
Yeah, it'll be 5-foot step touch. Anything that's trying to attack either me or Arlen.
All right. Well, you know what we haven't seen here yet today? We haven't seen great cats.
No, those are really deadly.
Those are terrible. They pounce on
Against
things.
low AC guys.
Yeah, they're awful.
Now, we're not talking about lions. Lions may be reserved for the imperial arenas.
Okay,
like
but something more exotic like Tressum. He can fight Tressum.
No, you'll see what he's going to summon. So he's going to use spellcraft check.
Pandas are sort of part of the
Spellcraft check as the summoning is concluding.
Fail. Oh, big one. Arlen knows. Maybe. No, Arlen doesn't know. That's Sam. 21.
Nope, that's not good enough to figure out what level of spell he's summoning. All right. I need somebody from the crowd to roll a D3 to see how many fiendish somethings appear.
Cheetahs? Maybe? Jaguar? I don't want jaguars.
No fiendish. No fiendish.
I need a D3.
Lynxes? Lynxi? One!
No!
One.
No! Only
Yes!
one! Oh, damn it. All right, well, he may summon again. So there is a fiendish leopard that is appearing.
Oh, leopard.
And we'll stick this thing 10 feet away. At least 10 feet away. All right, this is horrible growl and a cat roar as this thing with red eyes and horrible teeth appears, and it's going to pounce. Pounce!
Pounce. Who's it pouncing on?
I'm going to roll. Let's see. He saw both of you do lots of damage. So 1, it's Snowbeard. 2, it's Eduard. 1, it's Snowbeard.
Get him, Kitty. I mean, get in the flank, Kitty.
Okay, so the cat comes
one.
just
Roll many ones.
scampering along the sands, and then basically goes out with all of its claws out. It's going to try to just murder Late. It is doing a charge. You're not good, so its smite good is wasted on you.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
All right, the 2 claws, which are the important one, because I believe if it gets both claws, then it rakes.
Yes.
I think it gets rake as part of a charge.
Oh no! Oh no! Snowbeard.
Snowbeard, did your 10
All right,
hit
so
points.
so these are the 2 claws for 12 damage.
All the damage back. He's a good man, I guess.
All right, how many hit points does Snowbeard have?
I'm gonna double check. I
he's got
think he's
13.
got 13.
All right, it's going to continue with the pounce, with the bite, which he gets to do as part of the pounce. And it's a charge, so it's a +2, so this is a +9. AC 25.
Yeah.
for 8 damage from the bite.
Merde.
7.
Merde, Arlen.
Yeah, don't get attached.
Awesome. Good job that you're playing. It's good to see that people play. Okay, so Snowbeard, you're in the negatives. What's the negative that you're at?
Oh, -7.
-7? Okay.
Yes.
So
Bleeding on
Snowbeard
the
falls
ground.
over, and then the fiendish leopard licks its lips and then turns and growls towards Eduard. Ah!
C'est a nice kitty. Nice kitty.
Yeah, I think Arlen only had 1 from our counting. That was Master Gezadax. Undwin is going to, now that Snowbeard is down and the point of his he's no longer
His
the
bully
source
has
of
been defeated.
the source of his abject horror is gone. Undwin begins to conjure a spell, so he's starting to cast. The Master Conjuror basically snapped his fingers and is now pointing towards either Arlen or Eduard. Snowbeard, you need to make a con check, DC 17, or bleed.
20 plus 2 -7. 2. I got a -2 actually.
Okay, so you bleed a little bit and you're at -8.
And -8.
Then it's Arlen. Arlen's going to maintain his ready. I think you should go get it, says Arlen. Eduard, I guess at this point your ready to action could have gone off, but
He didn't want to.
okay.
Here, let me just take a quick peek at. Does he have the spell strike?
Yeah, I believe spell strike allows you to do a spell at the same time you're attacking.
Well, it's a spell combat. That's the one. So he could cast he could do full round attacks with spells.
Yep, you also
Now-
have spell
Yeah,
strike.
Yeah, just keep in mind if you use spell strike, you can't use slashing grace.
Right. So he's he's just gonna attack this round.
Oh, you can't use
Because
slashing grace.
it's considered 2-weapon fighting.
Oh, this-
Yes. So Eduard is gonna 5-foot step and try to discharge the electricity spell into it.
Okay.
See if that does anything. Good.
All right. Its touch AC is 14.
It charged.
Oh, 12.
Yeah.
And then you
The
get a plus 2
crowd, they love me.
+2 from helpful. Yep.
The helpful bypasses bless. So.
Okay.
Touch AC 13.
Oh, you just nabbed it. It tried to move away from it. You end up shocking the kitty.
5 shocky damage.
Let's see. This thing has cold and fire resist, not electrical resist.
You are not a demon kitty. You are a devil kitty.
That is far from
I think
bloodied.
that's right. Or
And that was Eduard's turn.
Eduard.
Master Conjuror Gezadax. He's pretty certain that his fiendish thing is going to rip you all to shreds. Undwin's massive summon appears. You guys can make a spellcraft check if you want.
16.
Okay. It is a... You don't get it with a 16. You know he's
And a
doing
10.
something.
Kid's doing his thing. Hey kid, can you take it easy?
This dog roofs, and it looks like a happy, playful puppy, and everyone is laughing at Undwin. Undwin looks like he's about ready to cry.
Look how happy that dog is. Ooja, ooja, ooh.
Yeah,
Is it a Saint Bernard? with medicine on it for me?
No, Undwin actually has it run around, and it doesn't really attack anything this round. He just has it moving around. You notice he's wiping tears as everyone's laughing at him.
We need to rescue Undwin. Uker kicks the Master Conjuror across the playbuilding, picks up Undwin, and then jumps away like the Hulk.
Snowbeard, you've got a con check, DC 18, or you bleed.
Nope.
Okay, so you're at -9 hit points. Arlen is going to... He's got his sword out to the dog. He doesn't know what's going on. And Arlen is going to step closer to Eduard and basically re-ready his protection spell. We forgot the cat to go. So the cat basically is going to full round Eduard, which then summons Arlen's protection from evil spell. So Arlen.
Does Arlen wait for to look like Eduard gets hit? Because Eduard's AC is way better than Deddy McBearderson.
No, he casts the spell as the thing is starting its attack. What's going on, Mr. Pickles? What?
Okay.
Mr. Pickles. Everybody's favorite.
So.
Oh, is that the picture from that? I'm not sure. So Arlen touches Eduard as the fiendish leopard is trying to claw, and bite. Would an HC 26 have hit?
Oh.
Yes, it would have.
Okay, yeah. Arlen casts, and all of a sudden the creature pulls its claw back, like it can't touch Arlen, or it can't touch Eduard, and it spoils its full attack on Eduard.
Arlen, this is going to be bad. All right.
I didn't expect it to work, is what he said. Praise be to Freya! To Freya! Is what he says. He raises his sword high. So that kind of screwed around initiative a little bit. Arlen did his thing. Undwin summoned the dog that just sort of ran around. And Snowbeard's go. No, he rolled for the -9. Okay, top of the round. Eduard.
So, Lucas, the protection from evil prevents the evil summoned creature from being able to attack Eduard, which means Eduard has to kill this thing now, or Arwen is going to
die.
Arlen dead. Yes. Yeah, no pressure.
That's for next round, Mark. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But you get to keep that roll.
So
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Eduard is going to use Arcane Strike and attack it with the scimitar and hope he crits and his head falls off. That's what he's hoping. He's hoping the head falls off and the kitty. Kitty. Critical threat!
What the critical threat? How are you calling critical hits?
Critical threat!
It's like
The
there.
Babe Ruth of the
Yeah,
gladiator
exactly
arena.
there.
Good shot! Critical hit! Oh, head fall off the kitty! Arlen, you suck and you're gonna live! Live, Arlen!
Oh, no. No.
Kill him!
I wanted 3 cats and just, like, carnage.
Kill him!
But the gods...
Crap! It's a regular damage! Fall down, kitty!
Let's open the crit chart. Give me a second here.
It's a reduced damage.
Let me find the crit chart. Yep.
Maybe a stun? Maybe? Stun?
No.
Maybe?
No, sir.
Dread and Circus, crit chart. I'll open the campaign sheet at the same time. No, you didn't hit a high enough octave there. 8 is a reduced critical and a d6 to a random ability score. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Papa needs a new set of con. So, random ability score. Int. If I roll a 2, it's comatose.
It's comatose.
I cut the top of its head off. Its brain fell out. Oh. Oh.
That's insane.
2. Your brain fell out, kid.
All right, so you actually cleave sideways and like a clean sort of opening of the skull, expose the creature's brain before the whole thing disappears into mist.
En garde.
Give me another performance check as you vanquish another foe.
Also confirmed a crit.
Yes.
Don't forget to kill the puppy.
Haha! Oh! Don't worry about that. Don't worry about those. We're just getting rid of those out. Don't worry about them.
All right. You have a moment before the summoners decide to throw one more at you. The Master Conjuror is starting to summon. Arlen is going to move over to Snowbeard, and well, actually, he doesn't even have to move. He uses stabilized,
Which is range. Yeah.
I suppose we could save the dwarf, is what he says.
Yes!
What about this thing? The thing is just happily running along.
Save the dog.
On Undwin's turn, he's looking miserable. The master looks like disgusted with Undwin for summoning a dog and not doing anything with it.
He was cute.
I think the golden retrievers, he's calling it back to him. You notice the golden retriever's standing up on like hind legs, and Undwin's bending down to pet it.
Kick him in the arena.
Woo!
Kick him in the arena.
Mercy! Look at the mercy!
Yeah, you got people cheering. Eduard, what are you doing? The summoner is summoning, and you notice that he does not look pleased with Undwin.
Come on, Undwin. Neville! Come with us, Neville! Be our conjurer, Neville!
Eduard, what is Eduard doing? The conjurer is summoning something else.
Oh, Eduard is going to cast a flashy spell. No, he's gonna. Actually, he's going to ready to put himself in the way of whatever.
Whatever horror comes this way.
Yeah, he's also got more spells. Wait a sec, I forgot he was a spellcaster as well. Yeah, he's stable. I'm not gonna. No, these are less useful. Priest Flame is good though. No, he's going to ready to basically. He'll go here, 5 foot. Actually, I can't 5 foot step, 5 foot step. He will move to here and ready to 5 foot step and attack something that comes in.
Okay. You notice that something begins to appear as Master Conjuror Gezedak summons from some foul pit a fiendish-eyed reptile.
Pokemon trainer.
Oh, look at that. It's large.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Gator Man. How you doing?
The crowd just goes, oh, as they see this massive crocodile appear.
Hey, buddy.
And the crocodile moves to attack the puppy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, you're not winning any friends doing that.
Let's see what the summon dog has for AC.
Come on. Assuming that was a Fido, but Fodo is also a decent dog name.
Oh no, the summon dog is small. Even cuter. I can't quite make it up there.